Hey y'all, and welcome to Skyrim Scripting. On this episode, we're going to install the Skyrim Bethesda Creation Kit and create our very first mod. Let's get started. So, we are going to download the Bethesda launcher. That's how you install the Creation Kit. Boop. Boop. When I run this, the screen might go black. It always does when Windows is like, hey, do you want to run this installer? And I'm always like, yeah, I do. How come you make it go black so that my screencasting software can't see? It's very sad. Now we're just waiting for the launcher to boot up. Oh, it's probably going to ask me to log into Bethesda.net. So you can head on over to Bethesda.net and log in or sign up to register for an account. You'll need it to run the Creation Kit. Don't complain. They made an awesome tool. I can hear someone out there complaining. Launch, please. I want it to launch. I want it to launch. 3, 2, 1. Launch. Now it opened up on a different monitor. There we go. Remember me. And it's going to spin. It's going to do this little blocky spin, and this little blocky spin, and this little blocky spin. Is my jacket not cutting off as much? You can see the green from the green screen. Over here, we're going to get some angle brackets that allow us to open up this little window that'll let us install the Creation Kit. No, I don't want update notes. Thank you very kindly. We want this little whoop, and we want the Creation Kit for Skyrim. Whoop. Might do another black screen. Sure, that's fine. We're going to play. I think it's going to install something real quick, some C++ thing, but then it's going to ask us about a zip file. And you want to hit no. It's going to ask yes or no, and you want no. You want no. I'll show you how to fix it if you click yes. Don't worry. Black screen. And then it showed like a little C++ thing, which you missed because the screen was black. Do we want to unpack the zip file? No, we don't. We do not. Alright, cool. We got the Creation Kit. A bunch of scary buttons you've never seen before. Go away, launcher. Don't worry about all the scary buttons. Don't worry about them. There's a ton of screencast video tutorial series out there that teach you how to navigate this. Now, one thing is, the first thing you always do is you're going to open up Skyrim. Because right now there's a default ash pile and some random things, but if we click all, there's like nothing in here. It's because we haven't loaded the Skyrim game. So use the open folder and then Skyrim and then hit OK. And I'm actually going to time how long this takes. I'm going to pause. Unpausing. You'll get this angry warning. Just say yes to all. Whenever something like that pops up in the Creation Kit, just always hit yes to all. There's some warnings. Don't worry about it. It's not your fault. The Creation Kit is working just fine. The coders for like Dragonborn and Hearthfires and Skyrim, there's just like some bugs and warnings. Just don't worry about it. Just don't worry about it. We don't need to care. This is initializing references, and then it's going to validate forms. Pause, so you don't need to wait for this. It's probably almost done. Cool. And then you get 10 warnings. Normally I get 17 when I load up a bunch of stuff. Just clear the warnings. Don't worry about it. That took over a minute to load, and you're going to be loading the Creation Kit a lot. So let's just close it right now. It might hang, and you're going to need to force quit it. If it does, just keep hitting the right X button. Normally the first time you close it, it's fine, But if you don't install the creation kit fixes, then every time you close the creation kit, it's going to hang, and you need to force quit it. Super pain. Let's install the creation fixes. Skyrim creation kit fixes. This is what you want. SSE creation kit fixes. It's going to give us 3 DLLs and a INI file. Again, if you weren't here for a previous episode and you haven't logged into Nexus Mods, register for an account. You don't need a premium one. And we want both of these. Manual download. And manual download. We want this for lib file generation, which we'll try. Just make sure creation kit is working. Head on over to our downloads. And we'll open up our downloads over here. And Control N just to make a new Explorer window. We'll go to our Skyrim Special Edition directory over here. If you didn't add this to your quick access in a previous episode, then just go to Steam, go to the cogwheel, Manage, Browse Local Files, and it'll open up this directory. You're going to want it and the data directory often, so you may as well just boop, add that over to your quick access. And we don't need the data directory necessarily yet, but I'll add it. Boop. And boop. As a monitor, not as a monitor, data is where all of your mods go, and so you're going to live in there a bunch. So this main folder is where Skyrim is. Here's the launcher, and it put the creation kit here. Put these 3 files here, put a flowchart here. It put the Papyrus compiler here, which we'll use in a future episode. So let's open up these CK64 fixes, and we're just going to drag these files over. Now heads up, if you have the engine fixes mod installed, then 2 of these files, the TBB and the TBB malloc, will be conflicted. They'll be the same files. Doesn't matter which one you pick. Pick whichever one has the most recently modified date. You can let one override the other. It's fine. These aren't DLLs that are like created by the creation kit author. It's really the Skyrim 64 test INI that has all of the fixes. So this has all of the fixes. If you want to tweak stuff, you can tweak stuff in here. The main things are up here. So, and it says experimental options may speed things up. They might do nothing. They might crash the editor. So with that installed, I'm going to go back to the Bethesda launcher, and I'm going to open up my stopwatch, reset it, and I'm going to hit play. Stopwatch is running. Oh no, I wanted to do this when I open Skyrim and hit OK. It usually takes less than 10 seconds for me. And it's not showing something in the upper right. It's not showing something up here. It's supposed to show that the engine fixes are, that the creation kit fixes are running. What did we do wrong? Well, we're installing this together, so we're going to learn together. I'm going to pause because I don't want you to have to watch me let the initialize, the references initialize and the forms validate. And I'm back. Here's what we're going to do. We're just going to close this. And I think I know what's going on. Don't run Creation Kit from the Bethesda launcher. Now that we've copied these files over, run it from creationkit.exe, and you should get a little pop-up. Sweet. If you get that little pop-up, that means that the fixes are running. Now I'm going to open this up, double-click Skyrim, and hit OK. See how long this takes to load. Remember, it took over a minute. (9 seconds). When I hit stop, it says 10 0.04 seconds. So you want those fixes. I have found that if I use these fixes, but I have Skyrim installed into the C programs x86 directory, that I've got some bugs that don't work. So let's make a mod. We are going to save our mod. We're just going to hit save, and we'll call it hello mod. This will save into the Skyrim Special Edition data directory. So if we head on over to that data folder, I don't need you anymore. We'll just go into that data folder, and we'll see hello mod saved here. This stands for Elder Scrolls plugin, the ESP. These are Elder Scrolls master files for Skyrim and things like that. These are Bethesda Softworks archives. We will open these up and look at them in like episode 10 or something, when we look at the anatomy of a mod and install a bunch of common tools, but that's kind of boring, so I'm waiting on that episode. So let's make a mod. We saved. The first thing we're going to do is make a quest, because quests run, you can set them up to run as soon as your mod gets installed by the player. So if the player installs your mod and runs the game, you have an opportunity to run like a script. So we're going to do that. So we need to go to character. Don't worry about all these buttons. Don't worry about it. Just focus your eyes on this little tree. Go to quest, right click new. You can right click anywhere in here. Doesn't matter where. Right click new. Everything in Skyrim needs a unique identifier. Usually you'll prefix it with the name of your mod or a couple of letters that are an acronym for your mod. We're just going to say hello mod quest. And now we're going to copy hello world quest, and we're going to hit OK. Now see that there's 5 tabs right now. We search for this in the little filter box. If you don't see it, click on all. Double click it to open it up again. Now there's a bunch more tabs. Even if you want to use one of those tabs, whenever you create a quest, hit OK after giving it an ID and reopen it. Otherwise, you're going to regret it and your creation kit will crash. So we can just make a script. And we haven't set up scripting for creation kit yet. So if we try and add one and hit like new script and try and make one called like hello world or hello mod script, hit OK. You can't find all of these like base script files that it needs to be able to run and compile scripts. So we're going to do 3 things. We're going to run a executable that will install .NET 3.5 for us, because we're going to need it. The Papyrus compiler needs it. That's the name of the scripting language. We're going to add another INI file to the directory, and we're going to extract a zip file. I'll be here with you the whole time, so I'm just going to close CK. Just go ahead and close it. Let's not save changes. We'll make the quest again real fast. Cool. And this refresh our folder. Cool. It didn't save the script anywhere. So what order did I say I was going to do stuff in? Let's do the scripts first. So here's how it works. In the data folder, you are going to create a new folder called scripts. Inside of this, all of the compiled scripts are going to go. They're going to be .pex, Papyrus executable files. The creation kit will do the compilation for us. Our source code files, the text for the scripts that we're going to create, goes in a subfolder called source. So we have top level, data, scripts, source. This is where our PSC, Papyrus source code files go. I'm going to open this up over here and Control N, open up a new window, and I'm going to go back up to data. Now when we installed Creation Kit, we got this new scripts.zip. Now what it has is a source directory with a scripts directory. If we hit yes earlier, what it would have done was it would have made a data source scripts folder, but we want data scripts source. I know it's confusing. Modders like all of their scripts to go into scripts source. By default, CreationKit puts all of its scripts into source scripts. If you put things into source scripts, you're going to regret your life. You're going to regret this one particular part of your life. So what we're going to do is we're going to Control A, copy all these scripts, and we're going to move them over into script source, or extract them, because this is a zip file we have over on the left. Beep, beep. Thank you, car alarm. I'm not recording or anything. This will take a couple minutes, so I'll pause. Okay, it finished, and I made some tea. It's too hot to drink now. Hopefully I'll get to pause later. So these 13,910 files that we just copied over, these are all of the scripts in Skyrim. There's an animal trainer system script. I've never opened up this before. I'm going to double click on it, and I'm going to choose More Apps, Notepad. Apparently this has some code for buying an animal. Cool. These are all the scripts. We will learn a lot more about them in the upcoming episodes. We don't care about them right now. What I did do while I was making my tea was I made a notepad so that let's start tracking what we're doing in this episode, and then as soon as we're done, this notepad will be full of everything we did. If I remember, I'll put it into the video description notes below. So install CreationKit, click New when it asks you about extracting that zip file. We downloaded the CreationKit fixes. We extracted the 3 TLL files and 1 INI file into the SEE folder. We created data script source. We extracted these data scripts.zip source scripts, everything PC into that. So now we're going to extract one more thing from that script source. It's going to be extract data scripts.zip dialog views. Into data. We can just do that whole folder. So let's check it out. Here's what we had open a second ago. We had our scripts from the scripts zip here in the data folder. So data folder script zip has 2 folders in it, the source scripts and the dialog views. So if we go to data, we made scripts source and put everything in there. But now data views, or dialog views, excuse me, just drag it over. It's like 1,000 or 2,000 files. It's like 2,000 files. We'll learn about these in future episodes. You don't need to worry about them, but you should move them over. It's only going to matter if you ever open up and want to edit or view the dialogue that is already created in the Skyrim game or any of its DLCs. So now we're done. Now, FYI, if you said yes, then what you'll end up with is you'll have a source folder here with a scripts folder here with all of your PSC files inside of it, and all you need to do is move those into scripts source. I know those names are annoying. You'll get used to it. You want script source. You always want script source. Cool. We did that. Now we're going to create in the Skyrim Special Edition folder a CreationKit custom.ini, and you can go to the video description for a link to where you can get that. Right now I just have it on. Where'd my Firefox at, yo? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Let me reopen my Firefox, yo. Cool. I'll have a link directly to this. Here's my CreationKit custom INI. This used to be on Nexus Mods, but the author pulled it down. You can find these settings from a bunch of different places, but this is based off of a template that I don't remember the name of the user because they pulled everything down. So we're just going to copy everything in Creation Kit Custom. If you're viewing this same gist file from the video description, then you can just click on this raw button and Control A to select everything, Control C, and it's an easy way to do things. Or you could download the whole thing as a zip file. Let's do that. And open up your downloads. And on the other side, open up your Skyrim Special Edition folder, the one with Creation Kit exe. And we're just going to boop, bring the Creation Kit custom.ini over. It has two really important settings. One is this thing called allow multiple master loads. Don't worry about it. You need it though. The other one is something that sets the scripts folder to data scripts source. Without this, Creation Kit won't compile your scripts correctly because it'll think that all of the things are in source scripts. So you need this. Cool. Next, go into SSE Papyrus compiler and double click papyrus compiler.exe. If this triggers a .NET 3.5 installation dialog, say yes. Here we're headed to Papyrus compiler. Double click Papyrus compiler. It's going to ask you to install .NET 3.5. If you tried to make a script using the Creation Kit and compile it, as soon as you compile it, it's going to trigger this dialog. And when the dialog finishes installing .NET 3.5, the Creation Kit is in this weird state where it thought it compiled the file and it didn't, and like the script gets broken. You have to go delete the file. It's just nonsense. You don't want to do it. Shouldn't take very long. Let's see if my tea is drinkable yet. I don't think it is. I recorded in a previous take of one of these videos the other night, and I was drinking champagne and I held the champagne up to the microphones. It sounds really cool. I'm out of it right now, otherwise maybe I would drink it. Cool, done with that. Is there anything else we need to do to get you set up? And obviously we're going to make a mod now-ish. I think that's kind of it. And I'll just remind you, run creation kit exe, do not use the Bethesda launcher. We'll save this as cool. And go on over here and open up Creation Kit. You should see this little white box pop up over to the left. That tells you that the fixes are running properly. Now we can open the mod that we started, hello mod. And so this will show you how to open up a mod that you're already working on. You can say set as active file and it'll check it, and you'll see active file right here, and then hit OK. If you choose it and forget to say choose active file, it'll probably be like, hey, you didn't choose any active files. Are you sure you want to continue? And we'll see if we saved that quest. If we didn't, that's fine. We'll make it super quick and we'll make a script. What our mod's going to do is when you run it, it's going to say, hello world. Sweet mod, right? Sweet, sweet mod. Let's search for hello mod and see if anything comes up. Just click all. Click quest to specifically look within here. There's nothing. There's some stuff that says hello, but not our hello mod. So right click, new, hello mod quest. Okay. Open it up again. Go to scripts, go to add, go to new script. It should say it extends a quest. If this is blank, add quest, and we'll just call it hello mod script. Just wait for a second and it'll add it here. You can set this up to open up in an external editor like Notepad. You can set it up so that when you double click it, it does that. Right now, if you double click it, it opens up this property screen, which we'll learn about. If you want to, you can go to File, Preferences, scroll on over to Scripts, and choose on double click, open externally, apply. We'll want that later, maybe. It's actually not that important. But if you want it, you can have it. I'm actually going to right click edit source. It opens up this little box. I'm just going to type in this little box, so sorry if it's small on the screen. I'm going to type event. You don't need to understand what these things do 100% yet. Event on init, open parentheses, close parentheses, new line, end event. So whenever our quest starts, this will run. It'll run once, like not when the player keeps loading the game. It won't run when the player loads the game the next time. Just like when they install your mod and run the game for the first time, this will run. So we're just going to say debug.messageBox, open parentheses, double quote, hello, comma, mod, exclamation point, double quote, close, parentheses, close, control S. If you did something wrong, you'll get an error. So like if I add some gibberish and I do control S, it'll say, are you sure you want to save? We'll say no. And you can see the error here. I'll get rid of that gibberish. Control S. Compilation succeeded. If it didn't succeed, make sure you did those steps earlier, added the creation kit custom.ini, and put everything into data scripts source correctly. So we're just going to close everything. We're going to save. I will show you that when you go to this first tab, quest data, by default it has start game enabled and run once. Start game enabled is what initializes the quest as soon as the game runs with the mod installed. So if you uncheck this, the on init won't run. You'd have to trigger it some other way. And run once makes it only initialize once. So save, close, and close that. Close all this stuff. Shoo. And we will run Skyrim. And we configured this in an earlier episode to run in a little box. So you can do that with options, run it in windowed mode with a border at a smaller resolution than your screen, because we'll open it up all the time. And we also configured it in the first installing Skyrim episode using Beth INI so that it doesn't show that bum load screen, which is a cute load screen, but it gets a little bit tiring waiting for that when you write mods. So what we're going to do is we're going to hit the tilde key to open up the console. Right now it's hard to see that the console is open because the background is black, but if you start typing something, you can see that it's typing. You can just type some gibberish and hit enter, and it'll say script command gibberish not found. So we're going to type COC, and I'll do Riverwood. You could do a number of different places. We'll do Riften, B, and Barb. Although this one's kind of annoying because it'll show an opening scene, but let's do that. Riften. It doesn't say hello mod because we didn't enable our mod. So if we go to quit to main menu, we get this mod menu that's built into Skyrim. We won't really be using that a lot because I think the next episode is when we install mod managers, but I'll show you how to use it right now. Just click on mods. It should log you in with your Bethesda.net account because we have the launcher installed and everything. Otherwise, log in with your Bethesda.net account. It's going to show a bunch of mods that are available officially on the website, but we just want to go down here to load order. You can just hit T or click on load order, and I'll show you hello mod right here. This big truck driving by. Alright, that was loud. That sucked. I'll just show you what this does really quickly. We could do that in the mod managers episode, but I'll do it in both. If you go to see your user, we want app data here, so you can go to view, options, view, show hidden files, folders, and drives, hit OK. We'll see app data, go to local, go to Skyrim Special Edition, It's going to make a little plugins.txt file here. Let's go back to the game, and then we can hit escape to go back, or just click back. And it's going to say it wants to reload stuff. You can probably already see in the corner that it made this file. This is how Skyrim manages which mods are and are not enabled and will run. We could like get rid of this little star and it wouldn't run it if we reloaded the game. Let's go to COC Riverwood, just hop into the game with some random dude. Hello mod. Ta-da! Hooray, we did it! We can even change that if we want to go. I'm going to open up the creation kit. Skyrim Special Edition, creation kit. I'm not going to load up the whole plugin like we did before, setting it as an active file. I'm just going to go to Gameplay, Papyrus Script Manager. This is an easy way to get at your scripts and compile them. Learn it in a future episode again. But if you just type in here, hello mod, and add like a, there you go, that's enough. By default, it doesn't show this stuff over on the right. I initially didn't know this stuff existed, so expand this and you can see whether or not it's been compiled recently. You can right click on it, open in external editor, or just double click it and it'll do that. It'll open it up in Notepad. We're going to say, so here's a better view of it from previously. Hello mod, we changed the code, exclamation point. Save Notepad, close Notepad, right click, compile. It'll show up and disappear if it succeeded. If you, again, add some gibberish, save, close, right click, compile, it'll fail. Doesn't show any output. Click right here and that's where you'll see the output, and it'll show you the output. So I want to finish some other things with the creation kit. So this is the last bit of coding we're going to do, because I need to make sure that you set up the dialogue lip file creator properly. That's the last part of setting up the creation kit, and you'll need it if you work on dialogue. So we're going to close this. Did we compile this? Compile it. Peace out of creation kit. Now let's go back to the main menu. COC Riverwood again. It might show the same message. Hello mod. So we're just going to open up that console with tilde and we're going to reload script. Hello mod script. Enter. And we don't have anything that can trigger the script right now. We only have that on init thing. So I'm just going to go escape, quit to main menu, and we'll COC back in here. There's no cool console command that exits the main menu. I want to make one. COC, at least I don't know of one. Add it to the video description comments if you, the video comments if you know it. Haha, we changed the code. Cool. Let's peace out. Let's make sure that we can create dialogue. And let's make sure, yeah, there's two things for dialogue. So open up the creation kit. We can just open up that hello mod if we want. We don't need to. You need to at least open up Skyrim, I think. Cool. Let's go to a quest. We'll go to our hello mod quest, or you can make a new one. We're going to go to dialogue views and we're going to get an error. Could not find the flowchart class object. Note that the creation kit needs to be run as administrator at least one time to register flowchart X. Well, whatever. Let's just do it ourselves. Hit the start key, type command prompt, and right click on it. Run as administrator. It's going to ask you to click yes. That's why you saw a black screen. And then in this box, the command prompt, we're going to run reg serv. You're going to tab to complete it. I think it's serv. Tab to complete it. Reg serv 32. open up a double quote, go to your data directory, get the whole path to your data directory and copy it. Over here, right click with your mouse. That's how you paste. And we need to include a full path to this flowchart x64.dll. So you can just add a slash and say flowchart x64.dll and close your double quote. And you get this. It should say it succeeded. Make sure that that's what you typed. And we will go to another tab and we'll go back to dialog views. It works. Hooray! Cool. Now we can interact with it. We can say new. We'll make a, I don't know, dialog view 1. I'll say hello dialog. And we click on it and we can make a branch. And we just want to make sure that our audio stuff works because we need to install 2 files to get that working. We can just call this hello branch 1 and it'll ask for a topic ID. That's fine. Double click on this area right here. You can also move it around. The way that this is organized will actually get saved by the game, so next time you open it up, the way that you like organize this box, which could have lots of little bits of dialogue like as a tree, it actually gets saved by the game. It gets saved into data slash dialog views. That's the thing that we installed from script zip earlier. So that's what it is. Double click on this part, just the this part. This is what we will ask an NPC, like, hello, how are you? And this is what they'll respond. We'll say new. I'm fine, thanks. And cool. I just want to make sure that recording and stuff works. I feel like we've got to do a lot to make that work. Let's close this by hitting OK. Double click. Normally what we would do is we would set up a voice type and like an NPC with that voice type, but I'm just going to see if this record functionality works. I'm fine, thanks. Hit done. Hit save. You do not have the file phonicsdata.cdf. Cool. So what we're doing, we're headed back over to SSE creation kit fixes. Or just grab the link from the video description notes. You can grab the video description note link. I'm headed over here to find the link. Here's one other way we can do it. Remember we downloaded 2 files from the creation kit fixes. This one, it has those 3 DLL files in the INI file, and this one adds support for some lip generation, some other stuff. Let's open up that zip file. Downloads, FaceXF wrapper. Let's just extract it to here. Fine. It has tools, audio. It has a README. It says this does produce lib files for 64-bit creation kit. It must be in this certain directory. So let's put it there now. And let's update our note. Register flowchart x64.dll using this command by running command prompt as administrator and then running black screen. I just wanted to hit up to see if it would remember. Reg close. Gonna grab this directory and put it in here. Flowchart x64.dll. It's like I've done this a lot or something. Now, extract face FX wrapper from SCC creation kit fixes and put face FX wrapper into Skyrim directory tools audio. Cool. So let's go to our Skyrim directory. There's a tools folder. There's already an audio folder. And so we want to put that executable here into tools audio. Tools audio. It's moved over. Cool. But remember, this README says that we also have to get this phonics data. So let's grab it. There's a sticky post here that I'll grab it from, but you can go to the video description notes. Here, it can be obtained from this link. Files, download. We put it in the processing folder in our voice folder. Aren't you glad that there's a video that goes through the creation kit setup? It's a pain. It's a super pain. But once you get it up and running, it's sweet. So here's phonics data.7zip. We don't have 7zip, so let's grab 7zip because this is a freshly formatted computer. Let's download it. Download the 64-bit version. Run the installer. It might do a black screen again. There we go, black screen. We're going to hit install. It says it's installed. Let's go back here. Let's extract this 7zip into its own folder. It has a processing folder, and it says where to put it. It says place processing folder in your voice folder. So we should have a voice folder now that we did that recording. Let's go to our Skyrim Special Edition, Data, Sound, Voice. This is where we want to put the processing folder. Boop. Well, here's our temp wave. It sounds weird, but whatever. It's a lot of background noise. Processing, there we go. Let's go back to CK. Give us this error about this being missing. Sound, voice, processing, phonics data. If you don't have a sound voice directory yet, just go download that phonics data CDF file and put it into data, sound, voice, processing, phonics data CDF. This is all the stuff that you just want to get out of the way, so you never have to worry about this stuff again. CK. Let's go back in here, record again. I'm fine, thanks. Done, save, cool, overwrite, no error. Now we click from wave. Come on, don't crash. It's gonna crash. Kind of want to give it a second to see if it doesn't crash. Here's some error thingy. It's gonna crash. Let's legit the error that I install Skyrim into not program files to avoid. Legit the exact error. That's legit it. Let's make a new mod just to be safe. New quest. We'll call it do we load everything from Skyrim? We're just going to make some dialogue. I'm going to see it work. Here, just go to actors. Just roll with me for a second. Foo actor. Mrs. Foo. Foo. Argonian, or how about Nord? Chica with clothes. Got a random default outfit. You can preview what they look like here. And that's it. We need to give them a voice type. We're going to make a foo voice type. I'm just making sure that stuff works for your creation kit. Foo voice. Chica. Search for foo and look at everything. Oof, we chose a poor name. Foo act for our actor. You should choose a better prefix so that you can filter down really easily. Like we'll do ABCD. No, don't make a new form. And we'll go to our foo voice. And make it ABCD voice. Whoops, I didn't want a new one. That's fine. ABCD. Now if we just look for everything with ABCD, we see all of our stuff. Actor. Choose the voice type. Just making sure stuff works. You don't need to understand, don't worry. We're going to the traits tab. Choose voice type. ABCD voice. Okay. Go to, we don't need to put them anywhere, but that would be cool. Quest, new, ABCD quest, close. Dialog views. We'll have dialog only show up for, so I right click new, click on this invalid thing, and I type in this window ABCD to find ABCD actor and hit OK. So the dialog that we're making is for ABCD actor. Dialog views, new, ABCD quest, DV1 for dialog view 1, just cause whatever. I'm impatient. New branch, branch 1. Topic 1, that's fine. I'm going to hit OK a couple times so I can get to save. And we'll say test mod, how about ABCD mod, quest, double click. How are you doing today? Fine, thanks. Okay, open it up again. It's set up for just this voice. That's what I wanted, and I'm hoping it'll keep it from crashing. We'll find out. I'm fine, thanks. I'm gonna hit OK. Hit OK again. Hit OK again and again. And save. Now, let's see if we can save it. If we go into our Skyrim Special Edition, data, sound, voice, there's nothing for ABCD mod yet. There's just this temp. We want stuff for ABCD mod. So we'll go here. Can we click on save? Is this the temp? Record again. Let's see what happens if I save. Now if we go to the file system. Oops, wrong file. Let's go to voice. We get ABCD mod. We get voice. Sweet. It has a WAV file. Cool, whatever. And I want to see if lib file generation works. We're going to click from WAV. Don't crash. I'm going to click on this. From WAV, generate lib file. Cool, it didn't crash. Save. If I get rid of this lib file, I wonder if it'll like replace it. I want to prove that it works. Generate lib file. There's the fucking lib file. Dope. Alright, there's a siren passing. Let me drink my tea. Cool, Siren passed. I wanted to show you how to do this really quickly and actually see the dialog work, just because we did all that work just to make sure that our saving wave files from Creation Kit worked, so that you can do recording from Creation Kit and you can generate these lib files. If we wanted to do this though, we would need SSE edit to generate sec files. So you should probably head on over to the modding tools, like the anatomy of a mod episode, where we are going to talk about SSE edit and show you how to use it. I'm gonna cheat and I'm gonna download it now so we can see if the game works. We did all this work. You may as well see it work. Oh, here's what I did. Get rid of you. Oh god. Click. Go away. I just opened up this cell thingy. I went to Tamriel. I typed Riverwood. I hit enter on the first one. I did shift and then back with my mouse key. Move around with that. That blue thing over there is where you end up when you say COC Riverwood. So then I just went to drag my actor in here. Cool. And if you're close enough to the ground, they'll be on the ground. So let's save. Let's piece out of this. Run SSE edit. It's going to show these things, and you should support them on Patreon. And if we choose ABC mod, we'll get these annoying tips. It's like really hard to get rid of them. So I just close SSE edit. I'll show you this in another episode. SSE edit again. Select none, select ABC mod. Go away, phone. What a crazy scammer. It's going to say still building references down here. I'm going to pause while it does that. Cool, it says finished. I'm going to right click on this, go to other, create sec file, close. I'm just going to head over to Skyrim Special Edition and run Skyrim. I'm going to go to mods and enable our mod, because we made ABC mod. Hit T once it loads. Check that box, hit escape and escape. Now we're going to COC Riverwood, and we should see some Nord, and I didn't even look at what they're wearing. And then some terrible voice acting from me. Cool, Hellamod is still there. Ooh, our person isn't enabled. Where you at, person? There you are, they're behind us. Miss Fu, how are you doing today? It actually sounds like she's talking from within that helmet because of my reverb from the room that I'm in. I can't really record dialogue in this room. It's a big open room without padding. QQQ. Let's review. Did we do phonics data? Place phonics data. In where did we put it? Voice processing. Cool. 54 minutes. It was probably only like 30 minutes before you made your mod and you had it running though. It's a pain. It's a pain, but this runs fast. Runs so much faster with those creation kit fixes. Thank you to the author of that. Oh my goodness, I couldn't live without that. Don't use the creation kit without that. At least not based off of my experiences lately. I used to have to like prep for opening up the creation kit, like, ooh, let's make sure that my water is ready for me to brew tea. So cool. That's it. So overview, the creation kit fixes, which is those DLL files, but it's also that face wrapper in Skyrim Tools Audio. It's setting up the scripts to go into script source, which includes setting up the creation kit custom.ini, which specifies that the script should go into script source. It's just double clicking on the Papyrus compiler, so that's done at 3 runs. It's remembering to run creation kit directly, not from the Bethesda launcher, because it looks like if you run it from the Bethesda launcher, it doesn't run the SSE creation fixes. I could be wrong. I don't want to be corrected in the comments. Come on, launcher. Whatever, I was going to try it and see if that's the case. Whatever. It's registering that flowchart x64. Looks like you can run the creation kit as an administrator once for it to do it, and then click over to that data view tab. I just use this regshv32. Even though it's a 64-bit DLL, you use regshv32, and then you need phonics data to be able to save the recordings from within. I think that's it. We're slightly under an hour. What's next? What do I get to do next? Do I get to do mod managers next? I hope so. Sweet. Okay. Peace out. I'm going to record the next episode about using mod managers. But before we do that, let's clean up a bunch of stuff that we left around in our data directory. So let's get rid of ABC mod and hello mod in the data folder. Get rid of the sec directory if you generated it using SSE edit. I'm also going to get rid of everything that we downloaded. So from the data folder, I'm going to get rid of, from the top level folder, I'm getting rid of this little XML. I don't know why it's in there. Data, we don't need the SSE edit cache. Scripts, we don't need hello mod script. Source, search for hello mod and get rid of the script. Now in sound, voice, get rid of both of these ESP folders and get rid of the temp, keep processing, and finally in dialog views, sort by date modified. And cool, mine got placed in the top level directory instead of being pushed down to data views, dialog views for some wacky directory. But if you sort by date modified and you see one that was like just recently created while you were playing around with the screencast, delete it. We want to keep the data folder as pristine as possible. We don't want to add stuff to this. We want to keep it as is, and we're going to use mod organizers and only mod organizers to make changes to the data folder. We're no longer going to make any changes to the data folder manually in our entire screencast series, with the exception of when I show you how to install mods by hand. All right, thanks. Happy modding.